Hey, Raiders fans! Pirate Flag, we're back to discuss the future of our team and the big decisions that lie ahead. With a narrow loss to the Kansas City Chiefs at 19-17, the 2024 season seems like a tough chapter to close. But with our current record of 2-10, it's time to talk about renewal, the draft, and the next quarterback of the franchise. And let's not overlook the brilliance of our warrior, Maxx Crosby, who continues to deliver exceptional performances even in such a challenging season. Former coach Jon Gruden even praised Crosby's total effort, reinforcing what we all already know: he is the heart and soul of this team. Now, with the 2025 draft on the horizon, the conversation turns to quarterbacks. Will the Raiders bet on Shedeur Sanders, the polished and strategic prospect from Colorado? Or perhaps the powerful arm and mobility of Cam Ward from the University of Miami are more appealing? This decision heavily depends on the coaching direction. Will Antonio Pierce remain in charge, or are we going to look for an offensive coach who can shape the future? So make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because in this video we'll explore everything: the praise for Crosby, the quarterback options in the draft, and the future of the Raiders coaching staff. Let's go! The loss to the Chiefs last Friday reflects a tough season, but even amid the chaos, Maxx Crosby remains a standout. He recorded a sack and 3 tackles against the Super Bowl champions, often being double-teamed by multiple blockers. It's no wonder that Jon Gruden, one of the most iconic figures in Raiders history, took to social media to praise Crosby's effort, production, and resilience. These compliments are not just empty words. Crosby is the perfect example of the type of player any franchise wants to build around: resilient, committed, and above all, talented. He responded to Gruden with an emotional message: "I love you, coach. More is needed." This phrase speaks volumes about Crosby's spirit and his desire to overcome challenges. However, while Crosby carries the team on his back, the biggest issue for the Raiders remains the quarterback position. Gardner Minshew is out for the season, Aiden O'Connell has returned from injury, but neither of them, nor even Desmond Ridder, has managed to convince. This makes the 2025 draft a central piece in the franchise's rebuilding process. Draft options: Ward versus Sanders. The Raiders are linked to 2 main names: Shedeur Sanders from Colorado and Cam Ward from the University of Miami. Let's explore the differences between them. Shedeur Sanders is the more polished of the two. He is an efficient pocket passer with great ball control and smart decision-making. However, his arm is considered average, and he does not pose much of an athletic threat. He would be ideal in a conservative, strategic system, which could work if Antonio Pierce remains as head coach. Cam Ward, on the other hand, has impressive athletic ability and an elite arm. He is creative and capable of making plays off-script, but he still needs to improve his decision-making and avoid silly mistakes. If the Raiders opt for an offensive-minded head coach or a creative coordinator, Ward could be the perfect fit. Choosing between these two will not just be about talent, but also about the philosophical future of the Raiders. Will the team be shaped for Pierce's conservative style, or will it open up for a more modern offensive approach? Coaching staff: does Antonio Pierce stay? Pierce is a polarizing figure at this moment. He won over the players and the fans during his interim coaching stint in 2023, but things fell apart in 2024. Nevertheless, many believe he deserves more time to implement his vision. However, if the Raiders decide to pursue an offensive-minded head coach, names like Ben Johnson, OC of the Lions, or Liam Cohen, OC of the Buccaneers, could be ideal for developing a young quarterback like Ward or Sanders. Meanwhile, the game against the Buccaneers next weekend will be another test for Pierce and the team. Baker Mayfield leads a resilient offense, and the Raiders will need all the energy from Crosby and the defense to compete. Now I ask you, who do you think is the best fit for the Raiders in the draft? And does Antonio Pierce deserve another season? Share your thoughts in the comments. The future of the Las Vegas Raiders seems uncertain, but also full of potential. Despite a disastrous 2024 season, Maxx Crosby is the symbol of the resilience that still exists within this team. He shows that even amidst difficulties, there are reasons to believe. With the 2025 draft on the horizon, the Raiders have the chance to find the next offensive leader of the franchise. Whether it's Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward, the decision on the quarterback will be crucial, but equally important will be defining the technical direction. Is Antonio Pierce the right man for this rebuild? Or is it time to seek an offensive mindset with a coach like Ben Johnson or Liam Cohen? The game against the Buccaneers will be another opportunity to evaluate Pierce and the current roster. But regardless of the outcome, it's time to plan for the future and build a solid foundation for 2025 and beyond. Now, Raider Nation, I want to hear from you. Who do you want to see as the next quarterback? Which coach do you think can change the course of the franchise? Leave your comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel to keep following this rebuilding journey. Remember, we are Raiders, in victory and in defeat. Let's build a future that makes us proud. Pirate flag.